Of course, now those are. To try that later. Ouch. Alright, well, we're going to recall that ship. Hmm. Okay, oh, let's see here. So you're trying to hit the 55 Jem'Hadar. Is that just the hostiles? What the heck is it? Are you talking Armada targets? That's a good question. I'm trying to think here. That's a tier 7, so that's not too bad. I would think probably... I mean, do you have Janeway? I personally found when I was hitting the... Well, let's see. What level is my Pelham? I want to say it's a 7 or 8. Yeah, got one tier above you. So, I think... Let's see here. Let's just go by group. I'll just test it. Oh no, I've got Janeway out on my other ship. I would suggest trying... Janeway, the EMH Doctor, and probably... Let's see here. So Chen isn't going to work here, I think, huh? Because Chen's not going to work on a 55 level hostile. I think that with a... You're going to be going with the triangle if you're hitting battleships. So if you want to try, you could probably go Janeway, the EMH Doctor, and Sharvanek. If your Sharvanek is a high enough tier. If it was a 50 or lower hostile, I would say Chen would be a good try, but she's not going to work on, I think, those level hostiles. And then making sure that you have like Tom Paris below decks, with Borg, Hugh below decks is what I would try. It might be a little too high for that level of a ship to hit. I kind of found that I was able to farm some hostiles Jem'Hadar in the 54 system here in Hadmet with my Talios, but my Talios was a much higher level. You could also try, if that's too hard, you could try doing like a 5 of 11 or 5 of 11 as captain, or I'm trying to think here, Uhura on as a captain with Tal and Giorgio on the side if you have them. So that's a couple of options you could try. Let me see here. Let's test it out. Why not? We're here on stream. Let's test it out with mine and I'll see what results we can get. And plenty of disco juice, so no worries there. It's that one, I think. Oh yeah, that ship is a little damaged. Might as well repair it. Alrighty, let's see here. I'll just speed it up and get a ship out there. So, once again, my ship's going to be a little bit stronger than yours. But not, just one tier, and I guess that can make a difference. But let's see how this works. So if I've got Janeway, Doctor, and I can't remember if Sharvanek is on a mission. She might be on a away team mission. Well, let's go with the full Synergy crew and see how that works. Let's see here. I want Paris below decks. Ooh, I think I've got... Let me see here. I can't remember which ship has what officers. We'll just summon them back. And we'll test it. That's a good question. Once again, I haven't hit that high before, but that doesn't mean it's not possible. So. Whoops, wrong one. Went to this one. And I'm going to put Torres below deck as well, because she should help with hull breach, which will trigger more damage when we do criticals, and Hugh will help increase the critical chance. So anyone else I'm not thinking of? Mariner might add some damage. And helps me meet my ship's abilities a little bit more. So let's see what we get. Now those are both 54 systems. Let's just go to this one and see what we get. Now, of course, the Janeway crew is gonna. They're really, when you get into high level hostiles, there's some variation, I guess you could say, but they're one of the best or better hostile grinding crews. For 50 plus, they work pretty darn well. So let's give it a try. And I don't know how experienced or your knowledge with crews are, but if you're hitting, say, a battleship, their biggest, I guess, defense, you could say, where they get their mitigation from is from their armor. And so you want someone that has armor piercing if you're going to get through their mitigation to do more damage per shot. And that's typically what you're going to be hitting if you have an interceptor. But, once again, I haven't hit these with my Pilum, so Pilum, Pilum, Pilum. I don't know why, but always in my head I always said Pilum, but clearly there's only one L, so there you go. Pilum. Hey William, how's it going? I see you lurking. Stop with the lurking! And by the way, we may totally go boom on this. But if this works out well, then you may try a crew like this. Alright, so there's 54. What the heck? Let's see. That's a big jump in power. Let's see how this goes. Alright, so I took it out, and let's look this out. And we got 13,000. And Keto, keep in mind that my research may be different than yours. As a 54, I may have some research that you don't that may affect it, but let's look at how long the battle went. So 7 rounds. We got some hull breach triggered right away. So the benefit here with Janeway, if you haven't looked at the battle report, you may have before, but we take hull damage and then Janeway triggers. And because I have 2 officers from the Voyager crew, we'll then take 0 hull damage. So pretty good there. We did lose a chunk of our hull health. Let's recall it and let's try a different crew. You know, I haven't hit these with my Pilum before, so it's an interesting test that we're doing here. I'm kind of compare and see what kind of hull damage we take. Let's try the Strange New Worlds crew next. I think we'll try with the full synergy and see how it goes. J&G, have you hit these with a Pilum before? We're trying to test for Keto for a level 35 Pilum, so tier 7. And I was saying that I had hit these with my Talios before, but I haven't done it with a Pilum at this level until now. They're just tougher hostiles. When you're comparing power levels, it's quite a bit stronger. I mean, was it more than twice, I think? Yeah, a little bit more than twice. Twice would be like, what, 116 million? The tough part here is that for the amount of hull damage we took, I don't think it's worth it for that extra, for 13,000 loot that I got. Yeah, mine's tier 8. I'm trying to work on it again because I want to get a ship that can do the parts farming pretty well, but just, so much gas on some of these ships. Specifically the rare gas is what I'm talking about here. Let's see, Pike. Let's go full synergy here. And we'll just throw Hammer on there. Alrighty. Let's send it back out. What I should do, just for time's sake. Rather than keep you all waiting, let's do some summoning. Because why not? It's what all the cool kids are doing nowadays. Alrighty, let's see here. Now what we're going to need to do is we're going to need a 55. Combat training mission. Oh, you have to kill higher level hostiles for a combat training mission. So you're not farming, huh? Ouch. Probably a little bit less there. Let's see. I don't know. 39 hull left. Let's look at this. I'm just curious. A little bit more hull. Where are we at with the mitigation there? Calculate about 55% that was mitigated. Let's go back. Let's see here. Wow, mitigation was a lot better there. We got the 71.2 max mitigation there. Check that I typed that in right. It's another one. Yep, same result. So with this one, with the Strange New Worlds, it's better because you're getting better mitigation. Still with 7 rounds. So I'd have to plug it in to look at it, but at least we're getting better mitigation with the Strange New Worlds crew. And I would assume if we did Tal that he's probably not too much better. I wonder if it's any better. Who did I use for Voyager? Yeah, I just had Chakotay. Might have a little bit better results if we put someone else like B'Elanna up there. But I have her below decks for the Hull Breach. And yeah, Chakotay, the special thing about the Voyager crew is whoever you pair with Janeway is going to give you 7% regardless of their 7% synergy regardless of their class, like engineer or science officer, for example. And the one thing I haven't super liked about the Strange New Worlds crew is when you're hitting higher targets especially, you tend to lose your shields. But I guess you lose your shields pretty quickly too if you're hitting a higher level target with Janeway because the damage is being deflected over to the shields a lot more frequently. So and I'm just curious if we were to use... What do you guys think if we did like a Strange New Worlds, or not Strange New Worlds, if we did like a Tal setup here? I wonder how that would work. So yeah, my Strange New Worlds Pike is max, so that helps. Let's go with this crew. But I'm going to swap out... What was I going to put in there? Uhura, I think, from Strange New Worlds. Where's my Strange New Worlds crew? Right there. Just for mitigation, let's see... We need to find a 55 right there. Looks like we took much less damage. Let's look at the battle report. Yep, we have more hull. Less rounds, because he's taken away the hull. Now we don't, let's see here. Yep, and we're still getting max mitigation with that, so Uhura's doing a good job there. So I don't know, Keto, if you have Tal. Tal seems to work pretty well for me against these. I would probably do something similar, where you're taking out your crews, take out a couple of those different options and see what works best for you. If that's for, I'm guessing that's for, you said, combat training missions. So I don't know how many you have to kill, but that could be an option for taking those out. I'm wondering if you might be able to take out some freebooters as well. Oh, there we go. About ready to have to switch this one over. Or if the freebooters would be too hard for you, I'm not sure. How many do you have to kill, Keto? You've got a tier lower than mine, so you might struggle a little bit with the 55s. But I didn't have any things like exocomps active. I didn't have any boosts like from the Cerritos, the Titan, things like that. So you can consider, putting those in place before you hit the 55s and see if that helps. So yeah, the comment J&G just made about the shield getting lost. Yeah, once you lose your shields, you're going to take a lot of hull damage. But there's multiple ships in the game that you can buff from multiple ships too. I don't know if you've tried that, but Cerritos, Titan, Defiant, those are 3 ships. You could put all 3 buffs on your ship and go out and hit them and see what kind of difference that makes. It's at 5. Does that mean you have to take out 5? It takes you 4 tries. Well, that is very tough for sure. I'm trying to think where else there are that you can reach as a 47. I mean, there's this system right here that you might be able to get to and hit hostiles. Trying to think. As a 55 Armadas, solo Armadas also count. So I don't know how your other ships are standing, but if you can take out some big solo Armadas, the solo Armadas should count for your kills as well, I think, for those missions. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you get to some of those higher ones if your ships aren't quite at that point yet. It seems like some of the hostiles and the Armadas seem to be geared towards Scopely kind of thinking you should be able to hit about what's equal to your ops level. But I have no problem with punching up. In fact, when I was in the upper... Let me think here. No, probably mid-40s. I was in the mid-40s, and I was hitting solos in the upper 40s, and I was getting a lot more credits for my solo Armadas and maxing my turn-ins. So punching up is definitely a good option to consider. So cool. I am glad that it helps. You'll have to come back and let us know how it worked out and what you've been able to work out with that. And there's always the option, like you're kind of talking about, that maybe you'll have to level up your ships and get stronger too. But so J&G and I think it was William that we had here in the chat, right? How are you guys doing tonight? Yeah, William, how are you guys doing tonight? Or you all ready for incursions tomorrow? Reminder, since we've got a few of us now, reminder that incursions is starting, and hopefully, I don't know if you've seen it or it's been communicated properly, but incursions are starting an hour earlier than they had originally announced. So, what time was it? I believe it was 12 o'clock Eastern time. So they moved it back 1 hour to 11 o'clock Eastern time. So I believe that's an hour before the normal reset. So just a all points bulletin for everyone if you haven't heard. But are you all ready for incursions tomorrow? Either going out and raiding or waiting it out in a low-level system. You know, I forgot the pairing here. I'd have to go find the list. I'm server 21. So I have to see, where do they have that list? See if I can find their announcement. Let's see, 21. We're playing 22, it looks like. Anyone here in server 22? If so, I'll see you out there. Server 9, Keto. You know, I'm talking about, incursions, I guess. I am still working towards Sloan, and I would love to have Sloan to test out how his, where is it? One of his skills supposedly helps with the with the amalgam for the rating. I would love to test that out. I got 29 more shards to go, though. So, which one is it? I want to say it's one of these? No, not that one. Yeah, this combat scavenger ability. Because that is the amalgam, as I understand it. So, I'm curious to see how much that actually would impact rating. I have some guys in my alliance that are big time raiders when it comes to incursions. That's the first thing they do, and then they do the PvP and other things afterwards. For me, it's just the trillions that I need for upgrading my buildings are just nuts. And so if there's a base that has a couple 100 million, I don't even bother. I just pass it on. I just don't even care about it. But I'll get involved with some of the raiding a little bit. Nothing else, to get a few points on the board and get some additional rewards. How about you, JNG? Which server are you playing in? Gosh, I'd really love to unlock some of these warp paths. Cut down my warp timers to some of these areas. But I'm slowly working on it. It just takes so long, some of the stuff in this game. Ugh. 193, huh? Okay. Yeah, a little bit of a gap between 21 and 193. I'm closer to server 9, though. in numbers, anyways, as far as like 9 to 21. Here's the ones I've been working on for the darn warp paths. Getting close on the Romulan one, I think it is. So I just need to get a few more of these Romulan intelligence. So, slowly chipping away at that. But I have the Federation one, so that helps me with my dailies, and that was the first one I wanted to unlock, so slowly getting there. But J&G, do you or Keto, do either one of you participate in incursions? I'm curious if you do any of the raiding or the other stuff. Let's just check my setup here. Who else did I have there? She's going to be helped with the health stat, I believe it is. And I've got him for the burning to trigger the isolytic damage. Alright, let's go with health. Let's put our little cute furball there. Let's see what else we got. Let's speed this up. Why? Because I'm impatient. Well, let's see. Let's swap for the Corvus. Only tier 2. I'd love to get this thing tiered up a little bit. Gosh, there's just so much Tritanium in these, everyone. Just can't seem to... let's see here. Cote. But we're going to swap out 7-11 because the damage for the doctor, for the mitigation. Oh, I've heard of that, Keto. I've heard of people just throwing a fit to get back at someone else in the server. And I've actually heard of, maybe this happens in yours, but I've heard of people buying packs so they have all those additional resources and then just letting someone drain them from the opposing server. Oh, war can be fun. Oh, you have a Sanctus. Oh, I'm so jealous. I'm still working towards 56. I have so many prerequisites. Oh, you know what's killing me? J&G, and I usually stay out of incursions for the most part. I'll do a little bit, but I tend to take a little bit of a break there. Just because it's just not worth it. Yeah, I totally agree with you on the scanning system thing. Just takes, I swear 90% of the time is just finding a base. And scanning, and a lot of people tend to hide, but Sanctus. So I'm struggling on like the commons that I need for my docks and my defense platforms, that kind of stuff. Just trying to get to 55. And I don't have the faction credits yet either. I'm slowly getting there. I'm 300 and I was making a video earlier. How much was I at? Like 380,000 more Romulan credits I need. So definitely super jealous. That's awesome. And I've been trying to find ways to figure out ways to get as many commons as possible, but it's just slow going. And I guess there's Latinum, but I only have 1 million right now. So trying to save up for the next spend event and see how far I get. I'm guessing you just paid Latinum for your, gosh, can't talk and think at the same time here. Let's just throw some officers on here. You just paid Latinum when you were going through all that to get up to 56, I guess? Let's see here. Below deck. Well, we don't need him on there probably. I was thinking Mariner maybe. And then let's put some health on there. We really have pretty good attack stats there. But yeah, the only way I could think is just spending a bunch of, let's see here, I'm gonna just work these up here. And I don't remember how much, I think I spent some on some solo, so I don't think I have that much for my Titan to buff my ships. A little bit. Alright, we'll send the Titan as well. Let's get out the Titan. Yeah, I would love to have a Sanctus if for no other reason. Obviously, you're much stronger shit, but like wave defense, it would be awesome to have a Sanctus for wave defense. The shield stripping of the Sanctus, and it's an interceptor, so it's obviously fast. What are your repair costs for a tier 4 Sanctus, like tritanium wise? How much tritanium does it cost you to repair? That's what I'm worried about. I'm paying like 3 billion or 2.9 billion for my tier 4 Vorcha. Ah, stupid warp time. Oh well, is what it is for now. Too bad my ship just can't have instant warp. But I guess that's where the warp, oh, what you call it, those red things. Warp paths. Ugh. I'm curious, Keto, as well, with the war going on. Do you guys ever have a discussion in your server about wars put on hold during incursions? It's tough if you can get your server to agree to that, then incursions could go a lot better. Okay, 5 billion trip. You seem very detailed and analytical, so I assume that's probably, if not really accurate, probably within the ballpark, so that gives me hopes. I was worried it might be like 10 or 20 billion to repair, because there was a big jump from, G4 to G5, just even the uncommon. Kind of has me a little bit worried about what the rare is going to cost. If I could just get my Monavine tiered up a few more tiers, that would be helpful. Slowly getting there, though. I think it's tier 8 right now. And it's costing enough materials per component that I'm just holding off until we get to a spend event. But I think the triple turn-in for Tritanium is like 117 billion? Which is nice. Oh, well, that's unfortunate, Keto. So, that's probably even more like disincentive, like, for you to even try. That's a good point. We probably do, and I probably should use those more often. I always forget about them. Let's see here. I think it's in the Alliance. Where do we go for that again? Exocomps? Yeah, I've got 62 warp speed and a couple of mining. I should definitely remember those. That's a good reminder. I should plug those in anytime I'm going out here, huh? Wonder how much time it would save if it would knock a minute or two off. That's the tough thing about this game. There's so many things to remember. They're like all over the place. But that's a good one to try and keep in the brain. And let's see here. I need to do this for the event today. What do I need? I think I need some epics. I think I'm a little low on epic loot. But I probably don't want to run more than one because I've been trying to save those just in case there's like that Borg Q. Remember how they had that for some Hue shards? And I think they had 2 kind of spending directives events for that, like back to back. If not back to back, there's only like a day or two between them, but I think they're back to back. Alright, we've got one uncommon. So let's launch that sucker. And then I'm going to, as soon as that ship lands, let's buff the Vorcha. And then the Titan, we will use the Titan boost. And then let's do this. Let's speed this up so we don't waste our juice there for our boost. I absolutely love the quick start armadas. Definitely worth getting for me. Okay, let's see. Let's do an epic. Epic! Let's knock this out. 11,000. That's better than I remembered, so we're doing okay there. Don't remember how many of these I have to do. Let's look at the bounty hunt. Must be getting 300 per, so this will probably knock out the event for me then. And of course, it's probably a programming thing, but I could turn on one of those Alliance exocomps, but I think you have to take your ships back to base for it to apply, right? Pretty sure it won't apply to my ships unless I take them back to base, which is probably some design of how the game is designed. Since I'm not an IT guy, I don't totally understand that, but it's probably however they program it, I'm thinking. You can steal an armada with the speed up. Oh. That's interesting and crafty. So, if you have like where it gives you that warning and it says an armada's already launched here, but if you launch anyways and then do the speed up, you steal it. That's probably what you're talking about, huh? If so, that's smart. I didn't think about that. And Keto, that definitely would start a war on our server. Oh, that would take so many people off. Especially since, like, if you went like to deep space and instead of just busting up someone's armada, But going in and I'd assume you could do the same thing. You just launch the Armada there and take out their ships and steal it right while they're watching. Ooh, that would be... And that's one reason why I hate going to war, because, you know, you could launch an epic that people pay real money for these directives, and then you lose it. Take a lot of players off. Whew. So yeah, I bet you see that on your server with your war going on right now. And you know, it's not as bad for things like, I don't know, like the Eclipse Armadas. We have so many different armadas, I was trying to think of the name. The Eclipse Armadas, you know, because you can actually farm or grind those. You just run uncommons and rares, which you get directives for. You can farm those in the faction store. But some of the other ones, like the regular rares and the regular epics in Deep Space, those people pay for, and I can see people getting really ticked off. Oh my goodness, that's funny. So I'd originally thought that Scopely never would have come out with a mechanic that would speed up the armadas, just because it's a component of PvP. But yeah, what you're mentioning, it's the PvP still exists, because you can just steal armada from them, and you could actually launch it. And since it doesn't actually change the timer on your armada, I don't know. And what is it, like the 15-minute timer? I think it drops it to something. I want to say it's 30 seconds. I may be wrong there because I'm still new to the quick start, but I'm pretty sure it drops a 15-minute armada down to 30 seconds. So, not much time for the opposing alliance to bring in ships and take you out before you steal it. So that does add a new element to PvP. But I'd be curious to know how many people have actually unlocked the quick start. I did it. Ooh, someone's raiding. Oh, he's raiding a friend of ours. I wonder if he has much. 170 billion steel. 2 of 43, that's probably a lot. But let's see here. Should I tell them that they're being raided? Let's see here. Wolfimus. We're going to let them know because I'm a great guy. Oh, how do I... Let's see here. I think if I go here... Let's see... Yeah, let's go with them. Who do I know? There's the Admiral. We'll just let the Admiral know. See if they can do anything about it. But I've done my part. I'm not going to do anything right now because we're on stream, but he stopped raiding him. Oh, there must have... Never mind. He probably drained him. It went from... Wasn't it 180 billion? Or is that 169 billion now? Oh, he's still going. Alrighty. There we go. So do you guys just log off during incursions? I'm probably going to do some basic stuff, PvP and whatnot, but I wonder, I assume that we have new art coming out next week. I haven't been told anything, but hoping for some good stuff. Let's see if they can, even in the first month, let's see if they can even come out with anything that speaks to quality over quantity, because we know that's a problem. They said so in their roadmap discussion. And you know, there's something to be said, honestly, about not being as many targets to raid later on, like after work hours. But my alliance seems to have found quite a few targets. Most incursions, even that time of the day, they'll sometimes find stuff. So you never really know. You know, you might, if you're too busy at work, you can't break away, then there still might be opportunities. You never know. Too bad, like you were talking about JNG earlier, too bad they don't have some kind of mechanic that can somehow point you to systems that have players with a bunch of resources. Because I agree, I think that's one of the reasons why I got out of the raiding game. Alrighty. We're gonna have fun while we're on stream. Why not? Let's see if we can mess up this guy. Let's see here. Oh, I don't do a lot of raiding, but if we go with what? Rom? Or no, maybe I should go with... Oh, I don't see it here. Where's my below decks? If we go with Carol Freeman. Where is Worf? Honor Guard Worf, where are you? And Rom is out mining anyway, so... Alright, Lorca, where are ya? You're buried in here. Ooh, is he on... Nope, that's fine. Okay. And then if we go with attack, let's try putting con there. Alrighty. We're gonna just see what we've got here. He's got quite a... Got some strong ships, probably. Coronar. Ooh, he's kind of set up, isn't he? Okay, this may be a stupid move that's going to cost me billions of titanium, but let's do it. Who knows? Maybe that will buy some time. Let's see. I missed shield, but let's see what that even did. Yep, I was afraid of that. He's got some good defenses set up. Like he's got Crass here. Got that. He's got some good officers there. I didn't do much damage at all. Let's see what he does. What's a few 100 billion in repairs? Okay, it's only 3. I bet JNG. I bet you could have clobbered that guy with your ship. Although he's got some pretty good setup for his defenses, and he's repaired. Maybe I should just raid him. No, I don't think they'd like that very much. But he's only getting basically steel off of him anyway, so. But yeah, it'd be interesting. I wish I knew more information to share with y'all, but gosh, with the art coming up, who knows what they're going to release. I'm kind of hoping, I don't know about you all, but I'm kind of hoping for the Enterprise, like Captain Archer and all that. To Paul and that crew. I wonder how soon they might come out with that. If that would be this month, or if we're talking it's 6 months away. It was they did have actual screenshots of the ship, or a screenshot of the ship, and kind of makes you wonder if they have something ready to launch. So who knows? Let's see here. I use my Titan, so I don't want to forget to claim that for my daily. Oh, that's right. You know, I like things going off on a timer, so I'm going to wait till tomorrow morning to claim that. And then I did something really stupid. And I'm just going to throw this out there. Be careful when you are running through all your dailies. I think I was doing it early this morning because I've been starting to try to work out. Yay, me! Oh, I kicked my butt because I'm so out of shape. But the day before, I had basically spent all my diplomacy tokens on my Bajoran store. I think it was on material token claim, probably. Too much, so I couldn't grab my plasma conduits, the rare components for the Defiant today, unfortunately. Oh, he's still shielded. Let's see where we're at. I'm really trying to get this thing maxed, but it's taking forever. So 2 more components to take it to tier 11. I need what, 21, 20, 39, so about 40,000 more of those. And 100,000 more of these. So within a week, I'm trying to think how many of the rare. Is it 9,000 per day that I get? 9,500 I can get per day. So I can probably do that in about a week. So, oh, he's back at it. Let's see here. If I go here, here, and let's see if there's anyone that I know. There's Tom, but he looks unshielded as well. Spicy Wife, Jedi. Did they say who to contact? If you eat nuts and kick butts like an addict chasing a squirrel, Squirrel Force needs you. Not liable for climbing and choking hazards on premises. 26 days since our last accident. Oh, that's cute. Let's see here. SEAL Team Rick. I think I've talked with him before. I'll try twice, but not more than that. And I don't want to pay too many more in repairs. That guy's got too good of a setup for me to crack. I mean, he's just really good. And one thing I could do is I could just keep slamming with low-level ships and just stall him, but we'll see if Squirrel Force can do anything there. But alrighty, well, I think I'm gonna call it a night, everyone. I think it's been good to hang out with you, and Keto, once again, you'll have to let us know how well that works out for you. I can't remember because I've had so many people jump in the Discord. I can't remember if you were in the Discord or not, but if you are, feel free to send a message in there. Let us know how that farming of those 55s, hitting those 55s goes. And JNG, just keep crossing your fingers that I'll be able to get the resources I need so I can catch up to you and get a Sanctus. You're always going to be ahead of me, I'm sure. But I would love to get a Sanctus. That would be wicked awesome to get that. But yeah, I'm going to go spend some time with my family, hang out with a little bit tonight before the kiddos go to bed. I got a couple of little ones in grade school and middle school, so hang out with the little... Those guys, I had to go back to work this week. I was off for a couple of weeks, but they are still off. Lucky. Man, what it would be like to be back in school and be able to have so much time off around the holidays, I'm not sure. But any questions, Keto, or comments from anyone before we close up for the night? Definitely not busting this guy up again, but it was nice to say hi. You are very welcome, Keto. I will never profess to be the end-all, know-all of all crews and combinations, but I think it gave you some good things to think about when you're looking at that. And like J&G was saying, you really need to look at your mitigation was the biggest things to look at to see how well your how much mitigation you're actually doing. And if you're not getting close to or getting right at that 71%, then you probably need to look at your crews again. So, alrighty. Well, good night, everyone. Good night, Keto. Good night, JNG. I assume you're still around, but good night. And once again, thanks for coming out tonight. I know there's not much going on in the ARC to talk about, or in the month to talk about yet. But it's really fun to hang out with people and kind of get their take on crews or combinations, things they're working on, things they're finding successful, or how well they're progressing. And that there's like a million different strategies, maybe not a million, but there's a ton of strategies for how to do different things in the game. And I'm just amazed at all the craftiness that comes out from everyone. So anyways, we'll call it a night.